I could get in on Dan's legs.
Sammy Henson doesn't have rugs, they're too soft.
I got the Gorilla Hulk.
And I'm gonna tell you why you're wrong.
I like it. Ramos. You can't call us hillbillies, Mr. Taylor.
I don't ever bet against Kyle Day.
They just started having like Peppelman babies.
David Taylor's the man.
Lee started shouting from the heels that I call Chris Taylor a big fat guy. Including the Cooperman autographed jockstrap Roper tweeted about today. Let's do it.
It's cold starting.
Big Tens!
He wasn't
Big
ready.
Tens! Party time! Excellent!
Is that Bill and Ted's?
Oh, that's Wayne's World,
Sure. This is one of the Big Ten. I'm just starting off a hot mess already.
Cut! Go to commercial!
Start again.
Roll action!
It's been a long day. Sat in a meeting or two. Been looking forward to this Big Ten championship about as much as I have any other tournament in a while. Some of these weights are bananas. Bananas. Get started off on 20. We're going to try and speed these up a little bit.
25 to 57. The big complaint is nobody wants to hear us talk, but they're tuning in, which is weird. But whatever. All right. So we're going to make this quick. We're going to do this in 2 minutes.
By the way, we just set a record for actually talking about wrestling in a Ropewell preview. The fastest.
Look at Reese. He's just yelling out of the top of my singlet.
He's so excited.
Ah, Big Tens! All right. Megaludus, your 1 seed. Delgado, your 2. Clark, yes, I said Clark, not Gilman, your 3 seed. Bradley Taylor, your 4 seed. Connor Yeltsy, 5th seed, or in this case, they're tied for 4th. Lambert, your 6th seed. Camden Eppert, who I've been on since day 1, 7. Nick Roberts, your 8th seed, which Roberts has had a pretty decent season. I'm surprised he's that low. Criterion, all that nonsense.
It's just kind of hard to make it through the Big Tens.
Talk about, and me and you had a brief discussion / argument. I broke some chairs and then everything was right with the world.
Dude, you drive me nuts going off frame like this.
I can't help it. I've gotten too wide.
Just scoot
I've
in a
gotten
little
too
bit.
wide.
There you go. That's a little better.
Gilman versus Clark. Does he have enough season under him? Weight management has been the issue. Go.
Well, if weight management's the issue, Corey Clark's made weight before, I'm pretty sure. Once or twice maybe in his career, so he knows how to do it. I think weight management becomes a problem when you have to do it over an extended period of time. So for me, it's almost seemed like there's been a plan all along that he's not going to make weight 20 times during the year. We're going to minimize the number of times he's got to make it, so there's not as much wear and tear on his body, and comes NCAA's time, he's ready to fire because we know he's got talent. We know he does. Kid's been winning for a long time.
I think this is a 2-horse race.
I definitely think it's a 3-horse race. There's 6 legs on this horse, and it's just
like a spider horse.
That'd be
tarantula
8.
horse.
That'd be 8.
You think Clark, and this is what you said. You said Gilman wrestles NCAA tournament 1,000,000 times. He maybe places. Clark can actually win it.
I said if they wrestled the NCAA tournament 10 times, Gilman probably doesn't have a chance to win one. Clark might. Think he's got the potential to jump in there and bust up a bracket. But that being said, Megaludus is on a mission this year. I'm going to go ahead and pencil him in at the front of my NCAA bracket, just moving him on along.
And I don't want to talk about EIWAs. We're going to do that. Obviously, the loss to Garnett is...
Pretty sure he didn't wrestle with Garnett. He's done.
I've done it again. I did it the last time.
Garrett.
Mayshawn Garrett. But I got a little thing I'm going to talk about EIWA's preview about Garrett, which I think if Kale's a tenth of the coach that I am, they can get him ready. I got a theory.
I don't have anything to say that. So I'm going Megaludus in the finals. I'm going to say Clark upsets Delgado. I think it's going to be Megaludus Clark. I'm hoping so we get a new matchup and see what Clark's got against.
I like my boy Timmy Lambert. Total hammer on top. Scrappy, long, tall drink of water.
He's big.
Don't think he can't get in there and mix it up as the 6th seed.
I think he needs another year.
All right. Another year. Another year.
My observation.
This is kind of one of those where we're expecting PSU to get a ton of team points. Anyways.
133 are pre-seeds. Ramos, Graff, Thorne, Quiroga, Zane Richards, Johnny DeJulius, Jimmy Gulabon. Yeah, I'm talking about Jimmy Gulabon seated that low. Rossi Bruno, Sean Nagel, Don Malone, Joe Duca, Garth Yenter. Hadn't seen him wrestle this year. Michigan State guy. I tell you, man, this is a
7-horse race.
I think it's a 1-horse race. I think Ramos wins this one fairly easily.
It's to me, this is the way I look at it. On paper, Ramos should win everything, but on paper, Ramos should have beaten Cologne. On paper, Ramos should have beat everybody and smashed them this year. There's a little bit of weirdness in this weight class, and I'll tell you this. DeJulius has had some losses this year. Kuroga. You can't have it. You can't have it.
I've never seen anybody be able to hang on to an elbow as well.
Zeb calls him banana hands, which is great because his hands are like this long. He's got the ridiculous grip. Graf, is and then I think he's maybe leveled out a little bit. Kuroga, I can't believe he's Hofstrasser. He should be a Boise State style, 30 years of wrestling. Seems like he's been in college forever.
I will say one thing about this weight added to I think Ramos wins it pretty easy. David Thorne's been wrestling awesome lately. I think he makes the finals too, but I'm going to give it to Ramos.
You stole my thunder coming up to there.
My bad.
Thorne took a pretty bad beating recently, but no, that was Dardanes that took a pretty bad beating. I'm thinking of Dardanes Stieber. Thorne's on the upswing. I agree with you. I think Ramos has got this, but I wouldn't be surprised if your top 6, maybe even top 7 up there, could legitimately be a finalist.
Yeah, you shake this weight up and throw it out there. I think it could end up different a few times. Ramos on a mission. I think he wins this one. Faux show.
Definitely, if Iowa wants to get their Big Ten title, Ramos has got to freight train through this bracket.
Maybe.
Gotta. Now, you think Stieber walks it?
I did not say that.
NCAAs, you said he might pin his way through the entire NCAA rest of the season.
You just didn't put words into my mouth. You put the entire Webster dude inside of my mouth. I didn't say any such thing because I really think
top 3 in this weight is stupid. Top 3 in this weight is pretty ridiculous. I'll run it down. Rutherford, Stieber, Dardanes, Dutton, Jeva, Rodriguez, Sabatello, Thelke. That just doesn't seem right.
I think it's Thelke.
Thelke?
Yeah.
Thelke. Thailk. Maybe it's Slavic. Thailk. Is there a tilde in there somewhere?
I'm pretty sure that was just Hilljack is what you were going. That
was Slavic. That was Hilljack.
That's Jesse Thailk from Wisconsin.
I guess the underdog lover in me, even though he's the 1 seed and he's already beaten Stieber.
He's not an underdog. He's that good.
Can I finish?
My bad. I drank a lot of coffee today.
Can I finish?
Cups
He's the freshman. He's the true freshman that's not supposed to win an NCAA title as a true freshman, and he's proved everybody wrong to this point. That's why I was saying the underdog in me kind of wants this guy. We're getting Post-it notes passed to us. Okay. Post-it notes passed to us.
The boss.
Yeah. In the middle of a preview, unprofessional as always.
The Ropewell Wrangler, as I like to call it.
I think Rutherford takes this. I really do. But Stieber looked unstoppable at national duels. Rolled up Dardanes pretty bad. I don't know. I don't know if you stop Stieber this time of year. It's definitely wasn't a weight issue. I just think he's settled into what he's doing and looks like a gazillion bucks. He made some comments about wrestling bigger guys at practice. He said something like Jay Jaggers was 170 pounds. He doesn't look 170 pounds.
Twisted steel.
Yeah. But he said he's been wrestling a lot of heavier guys, wrestling Bo Jordan in practice. He said, I think that's really helped him kind of fire off the final part of this season. So we'll see, man. But don't count out Dardanes, man. He's in the mix no matter what. Somebody has a 1/10 of a bad match off, and he'll beat it out of you.
Going 3-way tie?
No, I'm saying Zane Rutherford wins this way.
Zane Rutherford wins. Dude, I'm a huge Rutherford fan. That dude's got something special about him, but I really think I really think Steeper's going to win this one.
Been there, done that, huh?
This
Got the
matchup.
T-shirt?
This matchup this time, I think you're going to see the best of Logan Steeper. He's got it.
All
I
right.
switched it midstream there.
Jeva,
Dark horse.
I think
Joker's
Jeva's
got
a dark horse, but has to really out wrestle his seed here to keep Iowa in the mix because there's another.
Rutherford's a real bad matchup with him. He's just not going to try and get funky or weird positions. He's just
Speaking of little funky and weird,
straight ahead.
Soufflon, Dardanes, T-shirts, Grothus, Grahalis, Paddock, English. Yeah, I said James English. They're giving James English the nod. He's been a long time backup at PSU. He's a senior this year. He's on paper right now as being the guy, so we'll see. And then Brandon Nelson from Purdue. That's your top 8 seeds for the 149 weight class. Let's talk about Soufflon. You've been a Soufflon fan longer than I have.
God brings it, man. Been watching him since high school. He absolutely will throw the kitchen sink at a match. Got a real good single leg, good on top. He's man, really made some technical improvements being at Nebraska. You know, he's got great coaches there. I think I got him in the finals. Yeah, I just can't see him losing to either Grothus or Grahalis, whoever he sees in the quarters. So I think Soufflon makes it to the finals pretty good.
You know who I'm picking.
I'm gonna say English makes the finals from the bottom of the bracket. Dude, he is so hard to score.
He's
Listen,
tough.
he's
English
so hard to
is
score on.
good.
His defense is ridiculous, and I'm telling you, the X factor with him and Dardanes is his ability to ride. English is a tough guy to get away from for anybody, and that's the one chink in Dardanes' armor he's got a little bit. I could see it being a riding time point, low scoring match. James English
And you
busting up the bracket.
You talk about those guys. You talk about those guys that have been backups and hung around and waited for their time. I mean, when this season started, you really wouldn't have said James English was maybe the third guy in line.
He seems like he's been at Penn State for 10 years.
He's been there for a hot minute, but he literally could not only bust up this bracket, but end up being an All-American this year. I think he's that good. It's just crazy that you haven't heard much from him. You heard rumors every summer that he was transferring, he was going here. Guy might end up being an All-American. Could end up being a Big Ten champ. Who knows? I'm picking Grahalis just so if he does win, I will look like an absolute genius. And I can get on Twitter and blast everybody and be like, I've been on the bus. I never got off the bus. He might go 0-2, but he might win the whole dadgum thing with that bag of tools. Grahalis, I got you.
I'll give you something, man. You have stuck on that bandwagon for a long time. I'll give you that.
I sent Bormet a message the other night, and I was like, how many years has Grahalis shaved off your life this season, and we still got 2 tournaments to go?
But he might end up being an NCAA champ.
He could be. He is that good.
You don't know.
It just depends on which Grahalis shows up, man. But I'll tell you one thing. He's going to have some exciting matches. If Grahalis is on the mat, watch it. It's going to be bananas.
By the way, shout out to our stat guy, Travis Gerard, for
yeah.
kicking us some crazy knowledge on this. I wish I had time to read out his little blurb.
We'll post it. We'll post it on CMP TV.
Crazy good stuff.
We'll post it.
The bracket of all brackets at Big Tens. Dude, this way, Isaac Jordan gets the 1 seed for coming on hot.
Beating James Green in overtime.
In St. John, too.
Yeah, in the same week.
And talk about hot. Dylan Ness is about as hot as it gets. Derek St. John's the 4 seed. Yeah, 4 seed. Dylan Alton, Taylor Walsh, Zach Brunson, Brian Murphy, Alex Griffin, Ben Sullivan, Languish, and Roger Wilmo brings out the bottom. Man,
There's only 11 guys in this weight class, and they seeded 14. That's how tough it is. I'm just kidding.
the bottom half of this bracket is crazy good.
I mean, because you got Walsh, who challenged the single-season pin record this year, was on pace to break it.
He's
the
wrestle.
6th seed. He's the 6th seed. And this guy had, 26 pins this season? He's only got 1 loss, right? 1 loss is to St. John. Maybe 1 or 2 losses on the season. He's like 36-1 or 2 or something crazy like that. Dylan Ness is the beyond X factor. It's like an X, and then the little tails of the X's have X's on them. It's like a super X factor. Just blue hot, white hot, purple hot, whatever the hottest hot is Dylan Ness. Isaac Jordan strings together an unbelievable week right when you want to string together an unbelievable week. Like I said, beating Green and St. John. Your returning national champions, your 4 seed. You almost had to go heavyweight rose petals and just throw them up in this weight class. And you couldn't almost be wrong.
I think the top half's pretty easy. I think St. John makes it. I shouldn't say easy.
No, I mean to
tough guys.
Rose petals to seed.
Tough guys to beat. He's never lost to Alton before, so you think he's going to get past him. And then, I don't know, man. I just hadn't seen enough Isaac Jordan to where I can say he can beat Derek St. John 2 times. You got to go with St. John. He's got too much experience. He wins when it matters too many times. I think he moves through to the finals. James Green, Dylan Ness. I don't know who to pick. I just don't know. James Green, I think probably when he wrestles his best is the best guy at 157 pounds when he puts his absolute best match out there. But Dylan Ness is just that guy when he gets it mentally together and he's just got things rolling. I don't know how you can beat him. I think I'm going to go ahead and say you see the muscle flex at the end of 157 pounds.
With a little throw going crazy.
Dylan Ness wins it.
Dylan Ness wins it.
He wins the bracket.
I'm going to go with you. I was going to pick Ness and try to look like a genius again right after Grijalis wins it.
I'm going Ness on this one. James Green. I'm going James Green.
I wouldn't.
Switch it.
I'm a big Dylan Ness fan. I'm picking Dylan Ness. I'm going with my heart, not my brain.
Let me tell you why I switched it to James Green. Because I've been trying to wrestle like Dylan Ness at practice, and I've been getting pinned a lot.
It's an acquired taste.
The only one I have down is the switch elevator. I got that one down pretty good.
You had that one pretty good already.
Pinned. I just get
every time I get pinned by one of our middle school guys or our lightweight high school guys, I just tell them I was trying to Dylan Ness move, and I look like I don't stink.
I'm telling you, man, starting to play around with that stuff a little bit more. There's method to this dude's madness.
It's an acquired taste. I
don't know if he's out there winging it.
No.
Quite as much.
I told you, he grabbed a hold of me a couple summers ago. First off, dude is freak strong.
Gotta be.
Last year when he was cutting a lot of weight, he looked like he was made out of sticks. This year he's Jack Diesel.
Yeah,
he was
sticks
freak
are made
strong
out of twisted
sticks.
steel.
Yeah, he was re-rod. Whatever, like just pure sinew and re-rod. Is sinew good stuff? Is that the good stuff in your body?
That's the stuff that, like, when you get bad beef jerky that you chew on for like 10
sinew
years.
and re-rod. That's what Ness is made out of. I wouldn't be shocked if you woke me up in the middle of the night and I slept through it for some reason and was like James Green and St. John are in the finals. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But I'm telling you, I got to go with my boy Dylan Ness. I just think he's just going Gator, Bacon City all the way through it. Just GBs for days.
Going Nebraska boy, James Green. Or I should say New York boy to Nebraska. He was New York, right?
Via Slovakia with a brief stint in...
I just think what really swayed me is I think if he puts his best match out there, he's the best guy at 157 pounds, and if you can't get your best match out there at Big Tens, then come on, it's professional.
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
So are we pausing?
We're going to pause because we got to lift and practice.
65
and we're going to
85.
come back sweaty.
Speaking of
doing it complete sweat.
Go do 50 round offs. You won't believe how hard
it's crazy. My lungs are on fire and I'm in pretty good shape. We're training for US Open. Veteran Division champ, son.
This guy is.
Woo woo!